we are this morning. We're going to go ahead and do some long-range shooting here in just a minute. The folks at Gunworks have stopped this rifle by to me and asked me to test her out, see what I thought. It's a 6.5 284. It's got their scope on it with their patented bullet drop reticle on it. It's going to be pretty fun. It's supposed to be set up and custom engraved for this particular load. So according to those guys, all we're going to have to do is point and shoot. So we're going to give that a try in just a minute. We've done some long-range shooting videos in the past. Guys have sent us in a few emails saying you guys aren't really shooting that distance. It just looks like it when you zoom back out in the camera. So we're going to show you what we're using today. We've got a Canon GL2. It's filming me, it'll be filming the gun, and the camera that's going to be positioned behind the shooter. This is a Canon camera also. It has a manual lens on it with an EF converter. By the time you figure this out, this actually has more optical zoom than my 20 by 60 spotting scope. So we've got plenty of zoom. And position it right behind the shooter, a lot of times you'll be able to see that bullet wake, especially on high humidity mornings like this morning where we've got about 60% humidity. We've also got a Kestrel weather meter with us in the truck. We'll break that out here in just a second also. It'll give me the temperature, the humidity, and the barometric pressure. You need to know for compensation is also at the top of the scope. It'll have your wind and your temperature differences. And with every 1,000 feet in elevation, you're also going to need to either add a quarter minute or drop a quarter minute of elevation, or one click on their scope. So on this particular scope, it's actually a 1/3 minute of angle, so that's 1/3 of an inch at 100 yards. So I'm interested to see how it'll work. It'd be nice if it works as they state, because it'll just be a point and shoot, and pretty much most of the data you're going to need to make all these long range shots is going to be right here on the turret. So I'm excited to get started. So I'm going to put my hearing protection on. I picked these earmuffs up or this set of hearing protection up at Sportsman's Warehouse. I like it because you can hear other sounds off in the distance, and then it'll cut your sounds that are damaging to your ear, your high dB sounds off at a certain dB level. And then make sure you always wear these. I was hand loading some ammunition once, working up a load, and I actually had some powder come back around the bolt and catch me right on the side of the eye. So the black center on that target is the size of a tennis ball. Notice that strike was just right of that tennis ball size dot. Again, this is 700 yards. You can see that second strike hit just barely below where the first one did. Right of center. And the third one was just about an inch high of center. So this still is 10 inches tall, 18 inches wide. By the time you download it to fit on YouTube and the magnification of all the heat waves, you're probably not going to be able to see the strikes on camera, but you're going to be able to hear the report and see the plate shake. On this 800-yard piece of steel, the black center is the size of a tennis ball. Smack. Sorry for all the background noise today. Recently was a pipeline came through here and they're doing cleanup, and you can hear them off in the distance. This steel is 16 inches wide, 24 tall, and the black center is about the size of my fist. We made these longer steels a little bit larger so guys could hit them and build up some confidence, and then they could dial their way into the center from there. So sit back and enjoy. That's the sound we want to hear. This is perfect time to shoot on this and all. There's very, very little wind here. First thing in the morning. You can turn your focus so you're out of focus, and you'll see in the morning the mirage will be going straight downhill. the thermal's kind of taking it downhill, and then right about now it's starting to rise, but it'll be going straight up. We'll get another hour. Bing. I can see where that one hit. That one just hit just to the left and slightly low. And you'll see that shot. You should be able to see that in the camera. That was just, I hope the head's not blocking it. That was just a little lower than the last shot. Now when I say low, I'm talking about low when we're shooting at an object, that black center the size of my fist. That would have easily slipped inside any animal's vital zone. We're going to move over to 1,000 yards here, and you've got to listen close, because when we shot at this last time, one of the hangers on the left side of the target, we blew it off with a 50 BMG, so it's sitting on the dirt and it doesn't resonate like the other yardages. See that mark just right at center? I don't know if you can hear that hit or not. I hope you guys can see that on the YouTube screen, but on the full screen when you're looking at it, you can actually see that bullet rise completely out of the camera's field of view and then drop back in. That gives you an idea of how much drop there, even with a flat shooting bullet, how much drop there is at 1,000 yards. Bingo. You see where that one printed right above the other? This scope also has a 1 minute built in. It's got some other cross hash marks right to left that are 1 minute apart. And I'm going to actually hold on the first one in. I'm going to hold 1 minute. Bingo. See that ladder? We went and checked, and all of those hits at 1,000 yards were only 7.5 inches apart. The scope's got all the data right on the turret. 6.5284. 5,000 foot in elevation at 60 degrees, and the average velocity is 3050, and this bullet has a ballistics coefficient of .6189, and we're shooting Berger 140 grain VLDs. These bullets are awesome for bucking the wind. They really are, and you really want a high BC bullet when you're shooting with any wind. I definitely have to give the guys at Gunworks 2 thumbs up on this particular rifle and scope combination. We shot half-minute angle groups, 3-shot groups from 700 to 1,000 yards. Any of those shots would have easily slipped inside any animal's vital zone. I highly recommend you guys check out that scoping system that they've got available, where you go out, collect data, send it back to them, and then they send you a scope that's exactly dialed in for your particular load. These guys also put on the TV show The Best of the West, so you can check them out on thebestofthewest.net and also catch their TV show. Hope you guys enjoyed this.